right, my people, welcome to Property Talks. It is your favorite real estate agent, Kanya, the property guy. And today I have a very lovely guest, and she goes by the name of Anita. Is it Momberg?
Yes.
Anita Momberg.
Hello,
you know,
guys.
interestingly, Anita, I'm just thinking about this thing of surnames. Yesterday I met somebody, well, I know him, but I didn't know his name was Grasman. Have you ever heard such a surname?
Never.
It was my first time. Grasman.
Grasman.
And then he says to me, no.
Is he into landscaping?
He's a lawyer. So then he says to me, he's from Worcester. And then I said, I've never in my life, because I went to a color school. I went to a color school in primary school and high school. Never in my life have I heard of a Grasman. Then he's like, it's better if you say it in English. I'm like, how is it? Grasman. It's still ridiculous. But Momberg is a very nice surname. Thank you very much for joining us, Anita. Thank you for giving us the time in your very busy day. So we're just going to be doing a couple of questions with Anita, trying to know you better and trying to understand and also give some advice to our audience, the people in real estate, people who are thinking of buying, people who have bought, and they have some questions. Yeah, but let us start. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm multifaceted. I'd like to believe if you look at those stained glass windows, I'm that stained glass window. I am a mom, I am a wife, I am an activist by heart, and most importantly, somebody once called me a serial entrepreneur. Now, it's got nothing to do with cereal, so we're not talking about Fruit Loops.
Yes.
But yeah, so I've been in the business industry since I left school.
Okay.
I've never been employed by anybody in my entire life.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been
That's
a ride.
awesome. That's awesome. And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kraaifontein.
Okay, just
Yeah.
around the block here.
Yeah.
Okay. In Wallasdien.
No, but I know where Wallasdien
Yes.
is.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then, what is your happiest memory growing up?
Sure. The first time I came to Cape Town was actually when I came for South African Drummies. So I'm originally from Vereniging.
Okay.
In the old days, we used to call it the Transvaal. Now I'm keeping my age away.
Oh, okay.
So I'm originally from Gauteng, and I started my high school career here in Cape Town.
All right.
Kraaifontein. But I actually, the first time I ever visited Cape Town was when I came for SA Drummies. I loved it.
Okay. And what is SA Drummies?
Drum majorette.
I don't know. Okay, guys, my wife is sitting on the other side and she's poking up her eyes. So I'm supposed to be knowing what that is.
I hope you guys know what Drummies is.
Wow, all right.
I can flick a stick. Yeah, I told you, jack of all trades. I've got lots of tricks.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then while you were in high school, what career did you have in mind?
I actually wanted to become a teacher. Yeah.
Okay. Did you know somebody was a teacher that inspired you that way?
I think yes. I had a guidance teacher that I had a lot of respect and love for. And I just think that, you know, we underrate teachers. We don't understand the value they actually have for our children.
Yes.
Because they're going to make you love or hate something.
Yes, true.
And the knowledge that they share, the patience that they have with high school students especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to become a teacher. I think I've got a passion for sharing knowledge. That didn't work out that way. I'm happy it didn't though.
Well, you know, everybody comes from teachers. It's a noble career. My mother's a teacher. Yeah, so everybody comes from teachers. And then what drew you to the property industry?
So the property industry actually found me. I was in the insurance industry space before I started in property, and at a very young age sold my first business. And I thought I was going to be barefoot and pregnant in front of the stove with my second child. And I think it was 3 or 4 months. My husband came home one day and he said, "You are going to drive me batty, get something to do." And his colleague knew somebody in the mortgage origination space. And that's how I was introduced to the property industry.
Okay, so you were insurance in bond origination, and then
so short-term insurance, so home and car insurance.
Okay.
And then I had a lot of clients, and I sold that business to another brokerage. And I was paid monthly, and I thought that was going to be fun for me, but clearly I did not do anything. So and then from the insurance industry, I went into the mortgage origination space.
Okay, and how long were you there before you straight went into property?
Oh no, I'm still a mortgage originator. I've got my own aggregation company.
Okay.
And that's actually the biggest part of my business because I do a lot of commercial finance as well. But in 2008, during the subprime crisis, when the interest rates shot up and the banks didn't give bonds.
Thank you, America.
What can I say? I was necessitated to substitute my mortgage origination income.
Okay.
And I had an office at the time which I couldn't afford. I had to retrench a lot of staff. And I decided to sell this office myself.
Oh, okay.
And I liked the process, so I decided.
Okay, all right.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Ah,
so I started
awesome.
in the commercial property space in 2010.
Okay, that's awesome. So what that is it now more than 20 years now?
So I've been in the I've been in the property industry because mortgage originators are also property professionals for 25 years now. Yeah.
That's crazy.
2.5 decades, guys.
That's experience right there.
It's a lifetime.
That's experience right there. And then a question for my audience now. At what salary bracket, in your opinion, is it the most reasonable time for a person to purchase their first property?
I don't think there should be any limitation on what you earn. There's means the first home finance, which you specialize in, allows people to access the property market. Any time is the best time to buy. The longer you wait, the more expensive it becomes. So make sure that you manage your credit accordingly and you can utilize these opportunities that the government provides you to secure an asset. Okay, I like that answer. I actually thought that you weren't going to give an answer like that because that's what most people in the property industry say. The best time to buy property is now. that's like what everybody says. Yeah. Actually, speaking about flips, I have a good story. 2 days ago, last year, a cashier at Spa wanted to buy a property. Then we start the process and everything. I tell her what she must do and everything. And she gets the ball rolling after we've done pre-approvals, both on flips and the bond and everything. And then 2 days ago, she had signed an OTP to buy a property, a cashier who's earning, I think, just less than 7,000. That's amazing.
Amazing. And then, I think she has a side hustle that's bringing her a few thousands as well. But on the 7,000 salary, she was able to get a bond of just under 200,000.
Yes.
And then with flips, she was able to get 100 and something thousand. I think it's 140 something thousand.
Yeah.
So together with that, she was able to buy a property of 320,000.
That's amazing. And I think people underestimate the independence, and I attach dignity to property as well. I'm saying, we obviously have a housing crisis.
Yes.
We've got disparity in the income barriers.
Yes.
But somebody, and it might sound controversial, but somebody in the township that's got a shack, give him a title. That's his home. That's his pride.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's an asset which you would be able to leverage and then, contribute to the economy, start a business for that matter.
Because the true property is the land.
Correct.
That's the true property is the land here.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Tell me, there's a debate that goes on online where people are saying it's better to rent than to buy. Where do you lay on this? Is it better to rent or is it better to buy? I'm
obviously always pro ownership.
Yes.
Because it's an asset.
Speaks to what you just said, yes.
Yes. But it depends on your situation. I've had neighbors, and they're very well known in the South African entertainment space.
Yes.
And they were renting right next to us. And I said, but why? And the wife shared and said, listen, if I owned this property, it would have cost me double the money. So my primary residence, I rent, but I invest in my secondary properties because I use that as tools to grow my wealth. So investing in properties is always better, and there's many ways to go about it.
Yes, that's true. Many ways to go about it. As somebody who comes from the bond origination space, is it better to buy a property cash if you have the means to do so, or is it better to finance it?
If it's your primary residence, absolutely cash. But if it's an investment property, definitely use the bank's money. Leverage as much as you can. Use other people's money to make that asset grow for you.
Okay, no, I got you. All right. So since again you're coming from a bond origination standpoint, what is more important? What do the banks look at? Credit score or affordability?
Both.
Mm.
Because the banks are governed by the NCA.
Mm.
So I need to prove to the banks that my client can afford that bond that he's applying for. That he's got enough money available at the end of the day. But at the same time, I also need to prove to the bank that the client is responsible with the commitments that he enters into. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I say the most important part of our application process is the client's declaration. He's the one that says, listen, this is what my income, my expenses looks like, and he signs. Sometimes they forget to share some info. The bank's going to pick it up, so you can't run away from the credit bureaus and those reports. But if you confirm that you can afford that, and you know, you go back after the bank has issued the home loan and you want to say, listen, but this was reckless lending, and the bank's got proof that your word and your commitment towards the bank was that I am going to be able to pay this bond. So from that perspective, they want to establish that the client understands the commitment and that they confirm in their own personal capacity that they can afford it, but they're obviously with the National Credit Act, they're guided by the Credit Act. It's there to protect the consumer and to ensure that the bank doesn't enter into reckless lending practices and that assets aren't unnecessarily exposed, because lots of people enter into agreements where they put down a deposit.
Yes.
So just to tell you a story, back in the day, before the subprime crisis, if we submitted home loan applications and the client put down a 20% and higher deposit, we used to VIP those applications. We used to call them VIP applications, and we got approval the same day because there was equity for the bank in the property. So if something happened, they weren't going to be out of pocket.
Yes, because you got skin in the game now.
Correct. So those practices were eliminated with the introduction of the National Credit Act. And it's a good thing because it's protecting the consumer. As frustrating as it is, it is very necessary.
I got you. So credit score is as important as your affordability. It goes hand in hand. If somebody has a bad credit score, what is the best way to rebuild it?
And we find this a lot, especially in the affordable housing space.
Yes.
My assistant Letitia, shout out to Letitia, I really love her. She's actually brilliant. So we rehabilitate these clients and educate them on where to start. And sometimes it seems like a big mess, but ignorance is not bliss, and running away from your problem is not going to solve it. So do it bit by bit. Take it account by account. Try and pay off the smaller accounts first, and then you tackle the big ones. But the most important thing is just stay up to date with your payments. Sometimes we've got a problem where the client's got a bad credit record and there's bad history, there's adverse history, there's bad payment history, and then on top of that, they're overexposed. So we've got two problems. We've got debt that we need to get rid of, and then we've got the responsibility side of it, where we need to get them to understand that it's not okay to pay your account by the 7th. And listen, guys, I used to do that too. So nobody's perfect. It's just about understanding and gaining the knowledge to manage your debt effectively. So we have clients sometimes that has a thin file. We call it a thin file, so there's no credit history. There's no debt, because they think debt's bad.
That was me.
Yes. So you get good debt and you get bad debt. You get unsecured debt and you get secured debt. Secured debt's your assets, your vehicles, your houses. And the unsecured debt is your credit cards and your personal loans. And although, you know, I'm not a fan of a personal loan, but a credit card is actually good debt to have. Because that way you can show the bank how well you manage your finances. Make sure that you keep your spend on your limit below 50%, and things like that adds to your score. And make sure that you pay it on time.
Okay, no, I got you. No, that was me. I had zero debt. I don't want debt. I don't want accounts. I don't want clothing accounts. Nothing. Then I wanted. I don't know what we wanted to buy. I don't know if it was a car or what. And then they were like, where's the debt? I was like, I don't have debt. I was like, no, you need to go make debt.
Yeah.
So then I had to go first make debt, and then so that was me. I understand that. If somebody has, also no, we already just answered that one. Which is better? Oh wow, I think I asked you all these questions now. I think it's excitement. It's the excitement.
Okay.
That's what I think. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. So tell me, being a leader of a business, right? What are some of the challenges that you have faced?
Definitely cash flow. I think that's any business owner's biggest problem. And as you know, being in the property industry, you can work on transactions. I've worked on one where I've closed it a year ago, and we're still nowhere near to registration.
Whoa!
So having access to
is it a late estate?
Well, there's late estates and then there's commercial transactions as well. So yeah, but cash flow is definitely an issue, and I think for a small business owner that doesn't come from a big corporate brand with no experience in that space, the difficulty to scale because you're not exposed to big systems and support. And one thing that I've learned is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to have your own systems. The technology is available. You must just utilize that.
Okay. No, I got you. I like that. Yeah, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Don't make things difficult on yourself. There are easier ways to press forward now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Never think it's impossible, because the word itself says, I am possible.
Ow! Amen. We're in church. Church is in session. All right. And then what advice would you have for young women in particular now about or who are thinking of becoming businesswomen? Yeah. Since you've been a businesswoman for so many years, but now speak to the young women in particular, because business is hard, but I believe it's a bit harder. Even though it's better now, but it's a bit harder, especially when you started 25 years ago, if you're a woman.
No, definitely. It is certainly harder because in our industry, the barrier to entry has become so much greater because of the qualifications that you need to acquire before the time. But the impractical advice is the advice that you would need the most, because you need to have grit and perseverance, because there's going to be hard times. But if you can dream it, you can do it. I'm a firm believer that God places dreams in our heart for a reason. He knows what our purpose is. And you must just have the strength to pursue that, and you will find a way. So everybody thinks that you need a lot of money to start a business. I had no money. Well, I said I never worked for a boss. I'm lying. I worked for a boss, but I've never worked for a salary in my entire life.
Okay.
So you think that you need access to money, but all you need is you need to ensure that you understand your product and that you are able to have a client base so that you can grow from there. That's the way that I started.
Okay. All right. I got you. And moving on to real estate, since you're a leader of real estate agents, what in your opinion makes a good real estate agent?
So I used to have what we call motivational Mondays, and it felt like mundane Mondays at one stage. I think a good real estate agent is somebody that's hungry for knowledge, that invests in himself, and that doesn't wait for instructions. So it's somebody that can work independently, because in this industry there is a lot of times where you have to work in isolation, especially with the newer brands. They have completely decentralized their operations, where you work from home and you check in online, and that's the way the world is moving. But a good agent is somebody that's going to understand that if it's to be, it's up to me.
Yeah, I like that. What do you say? Oh, when you started, you said a good real estate is somebody who must be hungry. And then I put a full stop there. I thought, that's me then. If you must just be hungry, if that's the requirement.
Well, you've taken the literal way. And I see you eat good food. You love food.
I'm always hungry. No. Food loves me, Anita. Food loves me.
Okay, I must make you a potjie one day.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remind you. I'm gonna keep you to that.
I'm the potjie queen.
I'm gonna remind you to that. Her sister, my wife's sister, makes also a good potjie.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we must have a cook-off thing.
Oh. More food. That's all I'm thinking about. More food.
So there was actually, I'm trying to think of his name, but there was a talk on YouTube, motivational talk. I think it's Les Brown, and it was so insanely inspirational how he kept on knocking at doors that was closed in his face. And in that particular clip, he said, I was hungry.
Yes, I know the clip you're talking about.
Yes,
I know the clip you're talking about.
So
I love it.
That's what I'm thinking about when I say you must be hungry.
I got you. You're right. Real estate, I don't know who said this. I think my previous employer, but like it was so spot on. They said real estate, you are a business within a business.
Yes.
So Kanya is a business within the Harcourts franchise.
Correct.
So that's how you must view real estate.
100%.
You are running your business, the business of Kanya, every day within this business.
Because understand, people are still going to buy from people. Houses don't sell themselves. And it's up to you to position your own branding. And that requires work. It requires you to think out of the box. And sometimes your principal's not going to have all the answers, or you're not necessarily going to be on the same page. And that's what you do beautifully. I mean, with the content that you put out there, it's all you. That's your personal brand that you are growing and putting out in the world, building trust amongst your community.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. Is I mean, Harcourts didn't put you in my office today.
True.
You did.
True. I got you. And for those who don't know, a principal is like a manager of a company or the leader of a real estate company. Yeah. So you mustn't think like a principal, which is a principal thing of school. We do act like school children, but yeah. So you said houses won't sell themselves. It actually leads to my next question.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is a future for real estate agents in this future of where we're going AI and everything is going, artificial intelligence, the technological advances with the apps, the websites that are coming out? Do you think there's a future in the next 10, 20 years for real estate agents?
Absolutely. I think AI is there to enhance human potential. So we should embrace AI. And we've got it on all of our apps. I don't know what system you use to plug into Property 24. We use Base Integral. So all our property descriptions, where I used to go and think out stories and write books and go and consult the dictionary on property descriptions.
I used to hate that thing.
Yes. Now I put in 4-bedroom house, beautiful blue sparkling pool in the winelands, and it kicks out. It saves a tremendous amount of time, but it also curates a message that's going to appeal to all the buyers out there.
True.
Now, why would I have to? I'm not a writer.
True.
I am a people person. I'm somebody that creates opportunities, and my job is to ensure that the property transaction runs smoothly. It's not my job to go and write a book the moment I advertise the property. So yes, absolutely, there is a future, and we must embrace AI and understand that it's there to enhance our potential and to save us time.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
So that we can get to the important stuff.
That makes sense.
Connect with our clients. Remember, AI is developed by humans, and AI can't do what I'm doing now with Fem Property Alliance. Fem Property Alliance is established through my networking and connecting women in the property industry. So we're very excited. I'm going to steal a bit of your spotlight.
Yes, must tell us more. Go on.
But Fem Property Alliance is an organization, an NPO that I started because I got frustrated in the property space. Me being a small boutique property owner, being in the origination industry for more than 2 decades. And did you know, and I'm going to look at your wife when I say this, that 69% of residential real estate is owned by females in this country.
What? I know that, I think it was 2 years ago that the studies came out from the banks and says that most people that are buying properties are women here.
Are single women, yes?
Yes. Oh,
But
single women.
no. Is the most is the highest buyer, but the majority homeowner in South Africa, jointly or in their own capacity, is females.
Wow.
Females own 69% of residential real estate in South Africa, but we do not lead. We don't sit around the tables where the decisions are made. We don't feature in the property articles where we acquire knowledge from. The mortgage origination, recently I started a body called MORCSA, the Mortgage Origination Regulatory Council of South Africa. It's underrepresented. We've got 2 females out of a board of 10. 20% representation in an industry where we own the majority of the property. And I got super frustrated. And I said, why is a woman not leading in the property industry, and what do we need to do to change it? Obviously, over decades, networks has been built and the men's been leading. And I don't think it's not that men aren't making space for us. We're not taking up space, and they're unaware.
I love that.
So I started Femme Property Alliance, where we are creating a network. We will have monthly Zoom workshops. We've got our launch coming up in Sandton on the 13th of February, and I've got fire. I've got the keynote speaker is Nondumiso Kapai, who's the executive of Absa Loans. She's the big boss.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it's also to show women that there is women leading.
Yes.
I've got Michelle Dickens, who's the CEO of Payprop. I've got Yael Geffen, amazing speaker, the CEO of Sotheby's, and I've got Dr. Ramai, the CEO of the PPRA.
Wow, yes, I have met her. She's wonderful.
She's amazing.
She's wonderful.
So if we can have those women inspire other ladies to step up, then we can be the change we want to see in the world.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So then what's going to happen? Your plan is the monthly sessions with other ladies where you share information?
Correct.
Okay.
So we have workshops where we'll talk on the bond originating process. Then we'll have workshops on scaling your business. We'll have workshops on social media trends and what you can do as a small business owner to get your brand out there. Because marketing has become exceptionally affordable in that space. And you must utilize it.
Okay. No, I got you. No, that's wonderful. That is truly wonderful. You know, the world is changing so much and at such a rapid pace that you do need to make alliances with people who either have the experience or people who are in the thing that you don't know about. So I think that's wonderful. Yeah.
And I say, if you want to elevate yourself, elevate the conversation. Surround yourself with people where you're going to learn from. And that is what we aim to do in this network.
Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's one way to grow. Always surround yourselves with people where you want to be at that level, and that's one way to grow. Yeah, that's awesome. What advice would you be giving to somebody who is thinking of buying their first property?
So I think the most important step is to understand what you qualify for.
Okay, so pre-approval.
Pre-approve and then familiarize yourself with the process.
Okay.
Follow Kanya, follow me. We're going to be sharing lots of information, educating first-time buyers on what they need to do, what they need to look out for, understand the costs associated with buying property.
Very important.
Because part of the reason why I entered the residential real estate space is I found that a lot of agents walked away the moment the suspensive conditions has been met. And then I was the originator, so I was getting a seventh of what those agents were being paid, and then I still had to pay them commission, I had to pay the referral commission to them, and then the client would ask me, what's next? And I had clients that didn't understand the costs associated with buying property. Then I had to reapply and do an application for a bond plus costs because they didn't understand that there's 2 lawyers. There's a lawyer that transfers the property, there's a lawyer that the bank appoints. So it's things like that. Understand what the process is associated with buying property. But before you do that, make sure you can afford what you are looking to buy.
That's very important. So let me share a story with you. I think it was a couple of years back, I think 4 years back, we are showing a house in Hassenda. It was beautiful. I think it was a 3.6 million house in Hassenda. 6 bathrooms, 6 bedrooms, 6 bathroom. Every bedroom has a bathroom. It was stunning. It has a pool. It has a guest cottage at the back. Stunning house. So now we are a couple of agents there with my boss Jean, who passed away, and then we're showing people because like we're getting a lot of traffic Sunday. It's a stunning house. Then Jean walks with this couple who has a small baby, and they're walking around the house. She's showing her. I think she spends more than 30 minutes with them. And then they get to the door, and then she's like, okay, so what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking? And then they're like, yeah, it's the house is very nice here. But tell us, don't you have something for 1.5? Because that's what you qualify for.
Oh, gosh. Listen, there's no argument.
Yeah, they qualify for 1.5. But they spend more than 30 minutes of the agent's time looking at a property that's twice.
You can dream. I mean, I always say what you put in the universe, you manifest.
Yeah.
So maybe that was their way of saying
No.
one day.
No, I'm not against dreams, but your dreams mustn't waste my time. Don't involve me in your dreams. You dream all you want, but your dreams must not come and waste my time. What?
So tell me, if that couple approached you and said, listen, we're stopping you because we see you've got a show house. I actually want an agent. This is not my price bracket, but would you mind if I take a look?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, but now I know how much time to dedicate to you.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
So guys, just heads up, eh?
Yeah.
Be upfront.
Be upfront. Yeah, I'm not gonna treat you any differently, but now I know, okay, you cannot afford this property.
Yes.
You just want a house tour, which is fine.
Yes.
Now, no problem with that.
So he's not going to go into the details.
Yeah.
Specifics. Because it doesn't matter.
I'll answer all the questions.
Yeah.
I'll still be, but like now I know but now if I've spent 30 minutes with you and like you guys are asking all the right questions, you look serious, only to find out you don't even qualify for
I must admit, I've never had that before.
That's my favorite real estate story. If someone asks me a real estate story, I should have seen the face on Jean. She was like,
listen, but then, flipping the coin, I've seen so many agents not listen to their clients. Where they say, I want to buy a property and this is my budget. And then those agents takes them to something that is outside of their affordability bracket.
No, that's crazy. Yeah.
Why do that? Now, I've seen it more than once.
That's crazy.
Now you're wasting the client's time.
Exactly.
And your time for that.
I don't like wasting my time. I don't like wasting anybody's time.
Yeah.
Only waste my wife's time. I'm allowed to. All right. Explain refinancing to us.
Okay, so refinancing on a home loan is when you've got equity in your property. So you've had your property for a while and you don't want to do renovations, or maybe you want to consolidate some debt. So there's
you want to go to waterfront or Hermanus.
Hey, listen, I had a client that applied, let me tell you this story, that applied for a home loan and then he went to the casino.
Askis?
Spent all his money, wasted it all. Money finished after I got him the advance on the equity on his property, and when he wanted to reapply for the balance, computer said, no, because you went to the casino.
What?
The banks picked it up.
Crazy.
So that's when you have, so let's say your property is worth, for the buyers out there that doesn't understand the jargon, the big words. You've got a property, you bought it for 500,000 Rand a year or two ago, and now it's worth 700,000 Rand. You've got that 200,000 Rand, that balance is the equity in your property, and you can actually finance that. So we've got a lot of clients that finances their equity to consolidate their debt. That says, you know what, short-term debt, all these other facilities doesn't make sense. It's killing my cash flow, especially when the interest rates went up and up and up and up. People started getting stuck, and then they approached us to refinance the equity on their property so that they could utilize that and pay off the short-term debt, lower their monthly expenditure, and just put them in a better cash flow situation. It's not something that I recommend, but there's there's reasons why people do that. But if you want to, lots of people don't understand as well, if you want to renovate your property and you apply for a building loan, that money goes on retention if there's no value in the property. So the bank says, okay, do the work and then I'll pay you in phases, because I can't give you money on something that's not worth this yet, but the project's going to be worth that by the time you've finished with the renovations.
I got you.
So the bank doesn't give you the money up front, because what if you don't do the work and you go, like my friend, you visit the casino?
Hey, life's too short, you gotta spend that money.
Yeah.
Gotta spend that money.
Yeah.
All right, second last question. How can people pay off their bond quicker?
Okay, that's a question that I absolutely love. It's very easy, and I say that, and don't come for me because people did come for me already. If you pay 10% on top of your home loan installment, you'll shave off 7 years of your bond.
What?
10% on top
So
of your home
just
loan.
so as your bond is supposed to come off end of the month, you just pay 10% more.
Additional.
Okay.
And I always say, if the interest rates decreases, continue to pay what you can afford. So if you bought the property at a high interest rate cycle, continue to pay that installment, because it's going to pay off at the end of the day. You won't even know. And always remember that the additional money that you put in on top of your bond installment, you will have access to. That is if your home loan consultant or originator made provision for an access facility, because you have to apply for that before the time. But if you've got additional funds that goes into your bond, goes into an access facility, and if you get stuck and you need access to cash, then you've got it available in your bond account. But just pay 10% off.
Wow,
on top of your monthly installment, and you'll shave 7 years off your loan.
That's awesome. Explain briefly about the access facility.
So if you pay any additional money on top of what you need to pay,
like the 10% now.
Correct, it will accumulate in your bond account. And let's say your daughter starts varsity and you need access to cash to pay off the tuition fees up front. Ask me, then they've done that, got the t-shirt.
Only if she's not doing arts.
Then you have access to the additional money that you paid on top of your monthly installments.
Okay, but then how is that different to the equity thing then?
So equity is you paying off your bond. Equity is you applied for a bond of 500,000 Rand, and your property increases in value.
Okay, got you.
Access is you've got a 500,000 Rand bond, and remember, in the beginning of the cycle of your home loan, you pay more interest than you pay capital. So now over 5 years, you've repaid interest and a little bit of capital, but you've put in extra money. That extra money
is what you have access to.
Is what you have access to.
You see, that's what you get. You get this kind of information when you sit with somebody who's been in the business for 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Anita. One last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
I'd like to think that I inspire women to step into their power and to understand their God-given purpose. And my purpose is to show women that we must be the change that we want to be in the world.
Awesome. Anita, thank you so much for your time. This has been
Tanya.
a wonderful interview.
Thank you for having me.
This is my first interview for the year now.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Also,
and first interview and me testing out new equipment, so I was looking down because Kanya's gonna get tech savvy this year.
Oh, thank you. Amen. From your lips to God's ears.
Yes.
Amen. Thank you so much, Anita. Thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Thanks for having
I've
me.
been wanting to do this, I think, from last year. It's just that I didn't have time, and I know you were very busy as well. So I told my wife last year, I want to get Anita. So I'm very happy that we managed to do it this year.
Me too.
Thank you so much for your time, and all the best on your adventures.
Thank you. The same to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And you know what? I think, guys, like, follow, share, Kanya has got so much information on his YouTube channel already. So, yeah, support him, build his brand.
Thank you so much. My people, that's all we have time for today. It's Property Talks. You heard Anita. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Kanya, that property guy.
Bye.